Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Football Pundits. And I'm going to get straight into this episode, right, without wasting any time. Arsenal versus Man City, FA Cup semi final. Maybe the Minnows can pull an upset against the Citizens. Nirvan's not too impressed with that joke, but it is the running joke, Nirvan. They were called the Man City B team for the longest time after they poached the best talent. But that's all I'm going to shoot on Arsenal today. Realistic take on their chances versus City. They have beaten them before in the 2017 semi-final, if I'm not wrong, Nirvan, and they went on to beat Chelsea, correct? So straight to you. What are Arsenal's realistic chances and how would you beat City?
If we can manage to hold shape like we did against Liverpool, not saying we played supremely well, but playing well enough
Yeah.
to playing well enough to get the lead and keep it, that has to be a focus because uh, clearly on paper they're the better side. Obviously, Pep has been managing them for a few years now, so they have a set style of play. With a new manager who's doing good things for us, we still have not got our style yet. But having said that, we've already sort of established a formation that works for us, which is the 5-2-3. It's been working for us in the last few games when we have the players to fill up that formation. So even though we have Luis in the back, which is, I guess, a liability, we still have two players covering him up, and the fullbacks again there to help out when needed.
Sorry, it's a
Whereas,
limited squad, right? You can't do more than what you already have. So I guess, like I
yeah,
think I spoke in the last episode, it's better that Arteta himself knows this. He's trained under Guardiola. He's not a novice anymore. I think a novice, sorry. And I don't think that should come down to it. Like, oh, Luis and Mustafi, and you're going to pre-build those excuses, right? You can make them
no,
work in
no,
the
no, no.
system.
So he's exactly why he's put five men in the back. Like if you're gonna mess up, instead of one, there are two people to help you out. There's one
Right.
person to help your mess up, and there's one person to still hold, shape and sort of follow up with the man who's off the ball. So we are trying to establish that Martinez is very very good on goal. He showed a lot of promise in the few games that he's played when Leno's been out. Exactly. Yeah. Fingers crossed. Hopefully he continues that form. We just have to make sure that we can contain this whole KDB, Sterling, Fernandinho, whoever the hell is going to play today. You honestly can't say. But from
True.
what I assume from the players that were rested, I'm sure Sterling, KDB are going to be on the pitch because they were rested for the last game. And with these two people, it's enough to know that there's a threat coming on our goal. So as long as we can contain that link up with that extra man in the back, I think we should be fine in terms of bleeding goals. In terms of moving the ball forward, Ceballos has been outstanding in the last 3-4 games. In terms of moving in space, in terms of turns with the ball, in terms of vision and creating the pass to take the ball past the halfway line, which was what we were struggling with, it, especially in the first game versus City. First of all, the four-man back was in shambles because three City players would
Lesser
make
said,
four
the
people look
better.
like one.
I don't know. I don't know, Nirvan.
Exactly.
I don't know, but maybe the way I look at it is Luis wasn't starting for a reason. Let's be honest. If you all didn't have the injuries and if you all didn't have the issues you all did, Luis would be on his way out right now. I don't think he would even be having an extension to play the rest of the Premier League. That's what Arteta was very sure about. It looked like it was happening. He put his foot down.
Yeah.
So do you blame the system or do you blame that the players are not there for it? And like you said, we've
I
discussed that if the
mean,
players are not there for it, you change the system. But that's
you
not
have what
what
you have, right?
Arteta idly wants to take it into the future. Let's not go into the future, but I don't think the system is playing now is what you will start with next season. Let's look at City. Now, Guardiola was very confident. City were confident they're not going to get a bang. They haven't. It's really given them a bigger ego boost, as you can see. Uh, they are very much like more boastful out in the press as well. He's taken digs at Pep has taken digs at Arsenal, Arsene Wenger. He's done all of his bit. So they're clearly
Yeah.
coming in very angry for this, right? And he's lost badly to Liverpool. His ego still bruised. They've spent almost 200 million on fullbacks and still second in the league by that much, right? So he's going to want the FA Cup and the Champions League. And coming to the FA Cup, I feel that honestly Arsenal are. I don't want to go there, but I think you're in for like a whooping only because they've got Fernandinho back in midfield as a holding midfielder, not playing in the centre back. And I always tell that Fernandinho centre back with disaster waiting to happen again. It's happened all season. It happened
Yeah.
against Chelsea for them, right? Now he's
Yeah.
back in CDM because he's rotating John Stones Otamendi, Laporte, and Eric Garcia, the youngster who's holding his own as centre back, right? Not on the right.
Yeah.
So now, if you're fit core midfield there, and you have got Rodri and Gundogan, I'm not talking about the attack because you covered it, so let's not go there. I think I don't see Arsenal breaking that spine. It's too set for me. And Arteta, everyone assumed that he was on the inside of this. So if anybody can, he can. So I am going to be a little hopeful that it is the FA Cup. It is going to be an upset. Okay, it's not a joke, guys. If you're watching this, as it is, Arsenal won't be favourites going into this. Looking at the squad now, and now Nirvana, I'll bring you in. In 2017, your squad which beat Arsenal had which players, and you compare it to now, you look at the quality. Do you think Lacazette Aubameyang match with Giroud earlier? Ozil, who was starting for you back then?
See, we had Ozil, we had Giroud, we had Ramsey, we had Chamberlain, we had who was the fifth player starting that day? I can't remember, but I distinctly remember.
Essentially, Koscielny was still in the back, right?
Koscielny, Paulista was in the back. Yeah, Koscielny was in the back with, I think, Rob Holding that day. Paulista and Monreal were playing, and it was Cech on goal. And we didn't do bad. I would definitely rate Auba over Giroud.
Right.
I would definitely rate Laka over an Oxlade-Chamberlain.
I think I rate Lacazette a lot more because in the last couple of episodes I mentioned that if Lacazette starts, he's at natural number 9, like those two, the back pass, right? The way Aubameyang's playing off left, right? Sometimes I feel he wouldn't naturally take that up, and he looks to pass, right? And that's fine.
Exactly.
I think Arteta's modified that even more for him, right? So I think Lacazette should start, not Nketiah. No offense, he's a young player. Nothing good or bad to add to him. But in the FA Cup, you go with the best lineup if that's what's left.
No, I think we need to go Auba, Laka, and Saka in the front, Ceballos and Xhaka behind them, and then Tierney, maybe Kolasinac holding. Unfortunately, Luis, Mustafi, Bellerin on the right, and Martinez in the back. That there is no debate. If we don't start with this team, we're already starting on the back foot. Not that we aren't already.
This is your best 11. This is your best 11.
I would say at this point, this would be our best 11.
And
obviously now,
this should be it because Arteta knows that Arsenal are a little further behind, and if you win the FA Cup, you are in the Europa League, right? So if you genuinely want Europa League,
this is literally all we have to play for this season.
You don't because the way you are
all the eggs in this basket.
Yeah, that's how it should be, right? That's it. This is our two finals now. Semi-final and final. The finals now, right? The two fixtures which matter, not the two coming fixtures.
I'm telling you now, if Nelson, Willock or Nketiah start today, Arteta is like, this season is over. We have nothing to do here. Let's focus on next year. That is the mindset. Because there is no reason not to play this 11.
See, I personally believe that a side who's not in European football at all, looking at the way they're struggling, it's better for Arsenal to restructure themselves. Just play 38 league games, FA Cup and League Cup 50 games combined. But some argue that having a European tournament, even as Europa, is good to attract some players. So, I think if you want to win the Europa League, if you want to be in the Europa, you have to win the FA Cup. That's the only thing Arsenal can do. I think we've covered who's going to start for Arsenal and City well. We know with City, the forward line, we know the holding midfielders now in the defense. So let's come into predictions directly and wrap this up. Honest predictions.
2-1 Arsenal.
I think it's going to be extra time. Interesting.
Extra time 2-1 Arsenal. 1-1 and then 2-1 Arsenal. Extra time, exactly like how it happened 3 years back.
I think honestly you're being maybe too kind, but upset can happen, right? It's the magic of the cup. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win to City. 1 only because I do see Lacazette, Aubameyang doing something. I don't think Otamendi and Laporte or the pairing is that strong still because they've been in and out and they've had their injuries, right, respectively. So thank you for that, Nirvan. Let's hope that Arsenal win for your sake and maybe it's a moving point for you all in the years to come. Guys, if you like this video, hit like, hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit us up on Twitter as well. We are looking forward to interacting with you. And if you don't like something, let us know. It was good to have you all tuning in. See you in the next episode.